Hello there guys, and welcome back to Sean on Sports. I hope you're all well. So today we will be looking ahead to this Saturday's big boxing event at the O2, James DeGale versus Chris Eubank Jr. In this video I will be given a preview of the fight, how they will tactically match up against each other, and also who I think will win the fight. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So, both guys have been fairly inactive, I think that is fair to say. James DeGale due to injury, and Chris Eubank Jr. due to his involvement in the World Boxing Super Series. Now we know that wasn't necessarily his fault. It was because he was the substitute for the final, and they didn't know what was going to happen with George Groves at the time. So what I'll do here is I will put in the last 5 opponents of each of the boxers, and I'll have their records scrolling along the bottom of the screen somehow, so you can see how they're both done in their last 5 fights, and opponents, how they stack up against each other. Going into it, it's a hard one to call for me. If it was 3 years ago, there was no doubts about it. I would say it would be a comfortable James DeGale win. But obviously he hasn't looked his best in his last 3 fights against Truax, and I forget the guy's name, Molina was it, that he fought before him. Yeah, he didn't look his best in those fights. Chris Eubank Jr., you can't take a lot of the fight he had in Jeddah on the George Groves and Callum Smith undercard, because that's just what it was. Yeah, you can't take anything from that at all. Now, James DeGale says he's injury free. We've heard that before, haven't we? When he used to box on Channel 5 under Mick Hennessy, I think it was. And I think it was his Gilmore's groin or something he had then, and he always used to insist he is injury free and he's the best he's ever been. From what I understand, he's had his shoulder injury and then Achilles injury recently. I think that's what hampered him in the first Caleb Truax fight, and obviously now he is saying that he's injury free once again. If that is the case, I'm expecting the best James DeGale we've seen for a while, but then again, you never know what to believe coming from James DeGale. Eubank Jr. on the other hand, he's blowing hot and cold, hasn't he? He looked great against the guys like Arthur Abraham, who was coming to the end of his career immediately, and then obviously he boxed Reynold Quinlan for the IBO world title. And I forgot who he boxed in between. Bad, I know. But what I'm trying to say is, when he's been up against people that box and move, particularly like Billy Joe Saunders and George Groves, he has come unstuck, hasn't he? So what I would say for Chris Eubank Jr., because he has his new trainer now, doesn't he? I don't know if you can teach an old dog's new tricks. By that, I mean he's so set in his ways now, isn't he? Yes, he looks great punching the wall bag on the pads against punch bags, but he struggles when the boxer's actually boxing and moving against him. He gets hit quite a lot as well. So if James DeGale is fully fit, and he can box and move like he has done before, particularly against Lucien Butte and Darrell. That was the best James DeGale, to my mind, that we have seen since he won his Olympic medal. Again though, with the injuries, you don't know what to believe. He looks well, James DeGale. What I've seen of clips of him training, he looks well. But will he hold up for a potential 36-minute fight, 12 rounds on Saturday night? Who knows? Also, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, given the fact he's off this long injury layoff. I think the draw to Badou Jack took a lot out of him, and I think potentially that fight could have been a career ender for James DeGale. So what I would say as my prediction going into the fight, if it was a James DeGale, as I said, that fought DeGale, Lucien Butte, that DeGale, that ilk, I believe he could win as wide as 10 rounds to 2. But if it is the James DeGale that comes in the ring that books Caleb Truax or someone like that, who I've completely forgot. But there we go. Yes, I believe Chris Eubank Jr. could stop him late. But I'm going to stick to my prediction that I have had in my head the whole way along. And that is a James DeGale unanimous win. I don't think the loss is as bad for Chris Eubank Jr. as it is for James DeGale, as James DeGale has been at a higher level, and I think a loss for him would be damaging. But this is the sort of level that Chris Eubank Jr. has been losing at anyway. The Billy J. Saunders, George Groves, James DeGale, they're all in the same bracket for me. So it's not the end of the world for Chris Eubank. Maybe he goes back down to middleweight. I don't know. But certainly a loss for him is less damaging than it is for James DeGale. I think he will retire James DeGale if he loses. Anyway, that's my predictions and that's my fight preview for this weekend. Also, on the undercard you have Joe Joyce and Bermain Stavern, and Lee Selby's making his return also. So some decent fights there. As I say, it's on Box Office Saturday night, so make sure you tune in. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'll put my link down below. And also, if you want more sports content, don't forget to subscribe. This isn't a boxing channel just for boxing. It covers all sports, and the Week on Sport will be back on Monday. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as I said, and I shall see you on Monday for a Week on Sports.